Welcome to Beyond the Beef, where we not only talk about business problems, we talk about business solutions. James?
Yes, Bob.
How are we going to wrap up this season 2?
Season 2 finale, and I think we got a good beef this time.
All right,
I think we got
let's
a good
go.
one, right? Talked with somebody who says they don't like going on company outings.
Okay.
Big
Company
organization.
outings.
Company outings like going out for, whether it's for a happy hour, whether it's for a holiday party, whatever it may be.
Yep.
Company outings as a whole.
Oh, that's right.
They don't want to socialize necessarily or go out and do those sort of things. They would
Keep
do
it
their
separate.
job, go home. They don't want to go.
Got it.
All right, so that was the beef, and I think it's their beef because they're getting kind of pressured into it a little bit, right? And like, what do I do? You know,
they feel
like,
antisocial.
why do I feel like
Yeah.
is this something I should do? Like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. So before I say anything else, I want to get your perspective on this one because I think it's a good one.
Well, again, always both sides. I mean, yeah, I've never been that person, by the way. I've always liked going on company outings. I've always liked
I could see that.
socializing, going out to the bar, going out to parties. I
Sure.
enjoy it. I enjoy the people I work with generally, and generally.
Until now.
But I'm that kind of a person. And on the other side of things, when somebody doesn't want to come out, I kind of get a little bit like, they're not like us, they're not like me. They're
Okay.
not. So I definitely understand why somebody would feel uncomfortable saying no because, hey, I could see where they'd
sure.
feel pressure, right? But then on the other side of things, boy, I'll tell you, we used to go out a lot, and one job I had went out a lot. And there wasn't a Saturday morning, we do Friday nights, there wasn't a Saturday morning that I didn't wake up and regret something.
Shall we get into the details?
It wasn't always like, dancing on the table or,
Thank you.
taking off articles of clothing. But it was more like just things I've said, because
Yeah.
you get a few beers in you, a couple of drinks, and you get
Some loose lips.
friendlies. And if I was in a position that I shouldn't be saying certain things, and all of a sudden I'm saying things or acting a certain way, all I could say is I would always wake up and do the walk of shame the next day, like, oh my God, I'm a bad boss, bad boss. So you can definitely see where somebody might say, man, I don't want to be a part of that. Like, just keep that life separate, And I don't know that that's a terrible thing.
I've obviously got my fair share between sales meetings that I have been to holiday parties that we've had and I've been a part of and whatnot, where you've seen some things like that too, right? But I want to play the flip side a minute and talk a little bit around how these outings are sometimes important to your career as well.
Yeah, I think they could be.
We all work and we have a job, and everybody, if all things are equal and everybody does their job, then what is it that sets you up a little different in maybe moving up in your career or doing things? And part of that is that transparency, getting to know people outside of work too.
I agree.
So I do think, it's important that when these outings do take place, you balance that. If you don't like to go, sometimes you gotta bite the bullet a little bit, get out, socialize a little, get to know people a little bit more outside of work, because it could really help your career going forward. Because if all things equal, what is it that's going to give you that little edge, or learn a little bit about how people work or how they think or how to approach them when you need to have a business conversation.
Totally
Learn a little bit more about people when you're at the outings outside of work as well.
And we've talked about this a lot, right? You have to get to know people, and that's a good setting, right? I think the problem is...
I know what you're going to say.
Let's be honest, don't get sloppy drunk.
I knew exactly that. It's so true.
And I hate to say
you
this,
see it.
You do. I mean, I was early on at a Christmas party, and I was with a colleague. I said they were new to the company, whatever. I saw them, and they were, thinking that they were being social and doing all the things they should. And there was another person who was in kind of a higher position in the company, and they were, doing shots with this person. I'm watching this. I'm like,
this isn't going to end well.
So it was a Christmas party. It was a full band, dance floor, everything else. And I saw that person going on the dance floor. I'm like, oh, no, this is it. Yeah. So I kind of turn away from it. I'm talking to somebody else. And before you know it, I hear the band, they're playing on. And all of a sudden I hear, right? I mean, the drums, something just, and I was hesitant to turn on. I was like, I know exactly what happened.
Just totally fell.
And then I turn around, there's legs up in the keyboard player. Keyboard down, drums all over the floor, party stopped and everybody, the same people have been feeding this person drinks all night are like, oh my God.
Can you believe? Exactly. You were just doing shots.
You did it.
Right.
And I'm sure there are thousands of stories like that.
No doubt about it. And as much as it could help your career by getting to know the people, it could hurt your career by maybe going a little overboard with the alcohol.
Don't get to know them too much.
Whether it's, there's exactly. I could select many different situations, right?
Yeah.
There was at one point, like I said, I used to go to a lot of sales meetings because when I was doing work at one of my previous companies, you'd go out there as a product guy and teach them a bit, and your team would go out there and you teach them a bit around how the products work for sales, what's coming up, what's up new. And you'd watch some of these people get so drunk. And then, of course, for some reason, they'd want to approach like the VP or the president now because they had a little bit more guts.
You know what
we should be doing? And it happened. And I remember watching from afar going, oh my gosh, please don't do this. And you're like watching their whole career go like this, slowly but surely. I think you know what you're talking about. We should be approaching it this way and that way. And you're like, oh my.
Now let's dance.
That part is they wake up in the morning. What happened? I have no idea.
I've seen it over and over and over again. So you know what? If you are that person, then going to company outings is a bad idea. So
if you don't think you could say no to a drink after one drink, then you may want to think a little bit more about it.
But I do think that to your point, like socializing is a good thing. This is an easy one, man. This might be the easiest one we've ever done. Here's a solution.
Clear.
Don't get sloppy drunk.
Don't get sloppy drunk. That's it. Go socialize. Don't get sloppy drunk.
Don't get sloppy drunk. Like anywhere, but particularly there.
Particularly with work people.
If you do that, you're gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be good.
Of course.
And I wish that we didn't have to give that advice because it seems kind of obvious.
It seems quite obvious, but yet,
man,
I see it so often.
Every time.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Anyway, I think that's a good way to end this season,
I think it is too. Season 2 coming to a close.
Easy. So cheers to everyone, right?
Cheers.
There is water in these cups, I promise. And I was going to give you a clank.
Here, I'm sorry.
That's great.
Yeah.
Leave me hanging.
Done.
That's fine.
Now I need to drink. This is the way it works.
Well, we should have put something else in this.
Yeah.
But anyway, everyone, thank you for another great season.
Thank you.
It's been great being here with you. Again, subscribe, leave comments. We are going to have another season, and so we're going to want to hear from you. Oop, I never took the sip. So
you can't put it down before you take a sip. It's like bad luck.
Sorry, that would be bad luck, So anyway, it's been great, and we will see you here next season on
Beyond the Beef.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
You want a beer?
Why, yes, I do.
Good. Let's do that.
Yeah, I think so too.